Hello cherries, my name is Jerry Cherry. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Disaster Area DCM-micro PRO Midi pedal to start and stop your drum rhythms from the Boss RC-5 looper. I'll also show you how to use this Midi pedal to change the scenes on the RC-5. Having this Midi pedal is very useful because it eliminates you having to bend over and make adjustments on the RC-5 while you're trying to play. I have my RC-5 set to where the drum rhythm starts immediately when I record my loop. Let's record a loop and play over it. Tap in a tempo. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to play along without the loop. The problem is that the looper's still going on and I have to bend over here to shut it off. Okay, so the drums are playing. You're coming to the end of the song. Okay, what we got? Perfect. No bending over, none of that stuff. Now I stop the drum rhythm by holding down the left foot switch of the Midi pedal. That puts it in bypass mode. If I hold it down again, it starts the drums again. Takes it out of drum rhythm bypass. I press down on it again. I'm in bypass. Let's go ahead and set up the RC-5 with the Midi pedal. But first, if you're enjoying this video, please tap the like button, hammer on the subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you. Let's get into it. So you're going to need some cables to make this happen. You're going to need a 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch or 3.5 millimeter TRS cable, which essentially is the Midi cable for this. Coming out of the back of the Midi pedal, you have this is the multi-jack. You're going to come out with the 1/4 inch TRS to an 1/8 inch TRS that goes into the Midi in of the RC-5. You're also going to need 9-volt power to this, which they make, one spots and jumper 9 volts, so you could actually use one spot and actually connect to all these 3 pedals together. If you're interested in the DCM-micro PRO, the RC-5, and the FS7 Footswitch, along with all the audio and power connection cables to hook all this stuff up, I put links in the description, so please check it out. Okay, first we're going to do a few things to set up the RC-5. First thing we have to do is hit the setup button. Okay, just press setup. Then we're going to scroll with the memory knob to where it says Midi. Okay, then we'll hit the knob, press it in. So basically just go through all these parameters, because I know you're setting up your RC-5, and just try to match these. Okay, we have the RX control channel. It's on 1. If you have to change it, press in the knob, and as you see, it'll go down to the bottom number. You can change it between 1 and so on. Okay, keep it on 1. Go back up. Let's keep scrolling through. We have Omni. That's going to be on. RX note channel 1. TX channel 1. Sync lock 1. No, sync lock MIDI. Clock out on. Sync start all. PC out on. MIDI through off. USB through off, etc. So we'll go all the way back to the beginning. Okay, so we have all that. We'll get out of that by hitting the setup button. Okay, so now let's hit the setup button again. But this time, instead of going to MIDI, we're going to go to control here. We'll hit the, press in the knob. Now, there's one thing we have to do on here. We're going to scroll and find the CC number 80 function. What that is, that's the control to MIDI number 80 here. And this is what we're going to set up to actually start and stop our rhythm with the MIDI pedal. Okay, so mine says rhythm PS, which is what you want yours to say. Okay, if it doesn't, what you're going to do is you're just going to like hit the knob, so just activate the bottom and scroll through all the parameters. You know, it might even be on off. Just scroll through all of them until you find what you want that control to do. Now this control, what it's going to do is, we could set it to where it just starts to play, we could set it to where it starts to stop, but we want it to have it play and stop. So that's where you want to have it set, and that is it. Then get out of that again. Okay, so when you're done with that, you just want to save it. To save, you hit the setup and memory button at the same time. Okay, press the button because it says write. And it's going to write on, in my case, preset 3, because that's what I'm working with here, or scene 3. And it's executing, and that's it. So it's saved. Okay, now let's set up the DCM-micro PRO. First thing we're going to do is going to press in both of these foot switches for setup. Now we're in the setup mode. So now we can go left or right with the foot switches. We're going to move forward until we see device A. Device A. Okay, so we'll go one more over, device A. Now what we want to do is we want to make sure that on the bottom, we're going to set it to where it's custom. Because right now it's on a certain device. If you hold down the left button, it'll highlight whatever it is. You might have yours set on one of these preset devices, which is like, you know, any one of these things. But we want to look for custom, because what these are devices that are already preset, but the RC-5 was not one of these presets, so we have to actually make our own custom one. So we get to custom, and once you're set at custom, then go ahead and press the left button again, hold it down. Now it's set in there because it's not highlighted. Okay, so next we're going to continue to toggle through these presets, or settings here, until we find multi-jack. There it is, multi-jack. Okay, so we want to make sure that at the bottom it says MIDI tip. If it doesn't, go ahead and activate that by holding down the left foot switch. And whatever it says in there, it could say MIDI ring, it could say MIDI TR, tip ring, or IO, utility. Just scroll back and forth till you find MIDI tip. And when it does, hold it down again. That sets it in there. That locks it in. Okay, lastly, because we set up a new custom device, the pedal actually added a few more parameters that we have to adjust slightly. So we'll look through them really quick and then we'll just adjust them. So let's go ahead and find those, where they're at. Forget about all this. The main one we have to concern ourselves with, right here. Custom 1 min, custom 1 max, custom 1 bypass. That's going to be the main one that we're going to set. That's actually going to bypass our rhythm on and off. Okay. Then you have this tap, expression, and then display, which is important. Okay. So going back to this first one, what this is this is basically, in your RC-5, you have 99 presets, whether you know it or not. You have 1 through 99. So it's 99 scenes, rather. Okay, I'm on number 3 right now. So what this is minimum and maximum. This corresponds with the number of scenes you have. But MIDI works from 0. So say this is 1 to 99. This is going to be 0 to 98. So 0 is going to correspond with 1. So basically, if you have this set it at 1, hold the left foot switch down and change it so that it's 0. So it's maybe set at 1, hold it at 0, then hold this down again, 0. Then the next button over is the maximum number. I have it at 98 because this goes to 99. Like I was saying, 0 to 98 is going to correspond with 1 to 99. Because MIDI starts at 0, whereas the pedal and most stuff starts at 1. Okay, so if it doesn't say 98, set it to 98, because I know that we're all working on the same pedal. It's the RC-5 here. If it was another unit, it could be a different number. Okay, so we have 98. If you don't have 98, just hold the left button down, scroll up or down till you have 98. Hold it down again, that locks it in place. So you have 0 to 98. Now the next one, the most important one now for us, is this custom 1 bypass, because that's going to turn on and off our rhythm. Now remember when we went inside here and we set up, we went to control and we found the CC80 function. That's the MIDI number. You see it corresponds with 80 here for rhythm, play, and start. Okay. I'll get out of this. If yours doesn't say 80, then you have to, once again, hold this left down, toggle through the numbers to where it says 80, because that's going to be number 80 set to play and start our rhythm. Okay? Lock that in by pressing the left foot switch again. And there you have that. That's set. So these are going to be linked up now. Okay, the next one, I'm not going to worry about this tap expression right now, but this one we have to look at. Now this is the display. This is the actual display where it's 1 to 128, not like 0 to 98. This is going to be like 1, starting at 1 up until a maximum 128, but ours is 99. So if yours says 0, like this, 0 to 127, just hold down this button till you get there and then switch it again to 1 to 28. So that it matches up. And what's cool is this custom display will actually work so that when you hit up and down, it'll change your scenes as well. So once you're done, hit the right button to save. Just press it in, say save, let go. Oops. We don't want that on right away. Okay. So now, as you can see, your MIDI controller is activating the RC-5. The scenes are going up. So it matches 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. It'll do that all the way up to 99. I'm going to go back to the scene that I'm working with, which is number 3, my telly, because that's what I have. That's what I'm playing. Good old telly. I made a detailed video of me demonstrating the Boss RC-5 looper along with the Boss FS7 momentary foot switch. If you want to see that video, check it out here. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, please tap the like button, hammer on the subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. And remember, be cool, be kind, and be cherry.